You'll be like,
I got that going for me.
You'll be looking around and you're like, you.
Guy.
And you can see the guy be like,
Oh, maybe that's why Raquel doesn't want to have sex with me anymore.
Welcome to Get Heavy Podcast. With your host, Craig Casamas and Big J Curran.
Welcome to Get Heavy Podcast, guys. We're coming at you on a beautiful Monday afternoon. We have two very special guests. One of these men could absolutely choke me, and the other one could absolutely choke me and kill me at the same time. We're very excited to have him on. We got Josh, the owner of Memento Mori, and Coach Rev, John Jensen over here, stepping in. Hey, thanks for coming in on such short notice. And well, John, you've been, we've been talking about you coming on again. And
who flaked? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, nobody.
No.
We were just going to sit here and bullshit about Robert Kennedy probably for fucking 45 minutes. That's what we were going to do. But no, we're excited to have you on, man.
Oh, thanks.
It's nice to
Thank you.
And I will say it's been very interesting having my new daddy and my old daddy at fucking watching them work together, at jiu-jitsu. This has been very interesting, by the way.
Oh, cool.
It's having you at Memento Mori, everyone, what are you coming on Tuesdays or something?
Tuesday nights most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tuesday nights.
It's been very awesome, dude.
It's been very
really
awesome.
cool.
We love when John comes in and trains with us.
Yeah. The amount of fear in everyone's eyes when they get selected to be
The dummy?
The dummy. It's one of my favorite things.
You do demonstrate moves pretty hard, yeah.
Do I?
You do, yeah, you do.
Wild.
I don't think you intentionally do
No.
it. I just think you don't know your own strength because you're fucking strong, dude. You're like one of the strongest dudes I've
Everyone
ever
goes like
grappled
this.
with. You'll be like,
I got that going for me.
you'll be looking around and you're like, you.
guy.
And you can see the guy be like,
Oh, maybe that's why Raquel doesn't want to have sex with me anymore.
It's so fucking funny because it was the same when I was with you. Whoever the volunteer was, you're like, "Whoa, you're in trouble, buddy." And so to see it now in like a whole new generation of kids, they're all, "Oh, buddy," it entertains me.
I'm not even teaching neck crank.
No, but
Wait till I get to the
you
neck
showed me a
cranks.
couple, and they fucking
I can't make
they
it
work.
that day.
Josh is absent that day.
Well, hey everybody, where's the camera? Which camera am I on?
You're on this one.
This one.
That's you.
Hey man, I'm sorry for being stronger than everybody. I don't even exercise.
This is, you have officially hit old man strength. Yeah, for sure. No, it's very
I
fun.
hit old man strength like
A long
40
time.
years ago.
No, it's awesome, man. It's nice seeing you guys both. The gym's just been fucking fun, man.
He said to me on the way here, he's like, I think maybe blue belt me, talking about himself, could maybe beat me up now because I'm feeling old, and I'm thinking, I can't even imagine what blue belt you was like. That's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, blue belt and purple belt me was a scary fucker, man. But
I bet.
yeah, because I didn't have any control either.
Yeah.
I mean, I had control of like I did the moves right, but I only did them at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And,
It's pretty common for blue belts and white belts for sure.
Yeah, but I was in my 30s. You know, I was like, come on, dude.
Yo, this is a bull.
It's like, but I was having fun.
But that's probably your wrestling background, though, right?
Oh yeah,
Wrestling's
wrestling's
nothing but 110%.
Yeah.
That's true.
Wrestlers, when they join jiu-jitsu, it's funny because like people in jiu-jitsu, if they don't know someone's new that's a wrestler, they'll be like, hey man, don't worry, like this is gonna feel intense for you, but blah blah blah. And then wrestlers do a class and they're like, come on, dude.
To hold my fucking beer.
Pick it up.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Wrestling's
pick it
so
up.
much more intense than jiu-jitsu
It
will
is.
ever be.
Yeah. And just like takedowns. Takedowns hurt.
Yeah.
As you experienced
Yes.
recently. Yeah, they just suck.
They hurt. Yeah.
That's what I saw JP wrestling and I was just like, no, I got to give that a try. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Let's go.
He's a tough kid. Yeah, we have like, I think 4 4 to 8 college wrestlers coming through the room all
Right.
the time.
Yeah.
So it gets intense in there.
Totally.
It's funny because and I'm not saying this to promote like my own gym, but I've trained at a lot of rooms, and ours is one of the scarier rooms.
Is it really?
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
there's some
pretty
beasts
tough.
in there. There's
There
some gnarly guys in there.
Yeah, the
It
live
gets-
roll gets
it gets
It
intense.
gets to a whole nother level. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blaring punk rock music. And
Yeah.
metal music.
That's my
it's
that's
the
where I
best.
live, dude.
Yeah, the
I
cloud
love
of
that.
smoke. It's going, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been it has been very fun. Yeah, I appreciate both of you. I'm glad you guys linked up. Yeah.
Dude, I'm like, you invited me to come down, and I was just like, all right, yeah, I'd love to come down. You know, I like teaching jiu-jitsu. It'd be fun. But I was not prepared for how cool. It's different, but it's the same family culture that I tried to
Totally.
create,
Yeah.
you know?
That's what drew me to it. It was
Yeah,
a family.
yeah,
family
so
thing.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had heard about Rev. You had like a lore about you. Like, you know,
Yeah.
everybody's like, if you ever trained with John Jensen, you should go roll with John Jensen. And like, Ojai seemed like this whole world away from where we live. It's not that far.
Yeah.
But I never made it up there. So I was really stoked that I finally got to meet you and train with you. Like, you'd always hear about John Jensen. You always hear stories about Hanan. Which I've trained with Hanan. He's a beast. You know, he came through when I was training at Gracie. And then you hear stories about Carl.
Yeah.
Who's, you know,
Yeah.
also, you know,
Carl's a
beast.
wrestling coach up there.
Yeah.
He was nuts, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so Carl took second in the NCAAs, and he got better. He was third. He was the third string on the U.S. wrestling team. You know, he's just,
He's a beast, dude.
and not only that, he's really smart.
Yeah.
And so when he teaches, like I've been taught by Olympic wrestlers, and nobody ever is as good a coach as he is. He's just unbelievably good.
Yeah. I bet.
You know, I've been wrestling my whole life, and when every class I learned something new.
From
Every
him,
single class. with
I
him.
got to get him into Memento Mori, man.
I don't know if he has time. He just took over the Ventura wrestling.
Oh, really?
Ventura's high school.
Oh, he just took
Nordoff.
over
He just took over
Oh, Nordoff?
Nordoff, and then he's got the
That's
Beat
so
the
cool.
Streets Wrestling Club. He's got over 100 kids there.
That's
Really?
so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, my son Miles is trying to go train.
Oh, really?
at Beat the Streets.
Oh,
yeah.
cool, man.
It's supposed to be an amazing wrestling program.
Yeah.
I know a few people whose kids go there, and I've watched their kids level up so much, you know?
Yeah.
I got a nephew that I want to get into wrestling so bad,
Yeah?
and he's in Oxnard. He's actually in South Oxnard, and it's just everything's. It's like I'm gonna talk to his dad about it again, but it's just like there's nothing. Like I'm like, there's nothing.
So
Nothing,
Beat the
you know?
Streets, like,
Is
is
it-
in
but-
Oxnard.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish I knew more so I could plug it on your podcast, but I've heard that it's a pretty amazing program. I'm not sure how the registration works or what it
Yeah, maybe
costs.
we can get him in here.
But if you
That'd be
got
great,
that
yeah.
guy teaching it, I mean, you'll never meet somebody in town that's trained with that guy that doesn't have good things to say. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's just an amazing coach.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I
And
would
and
say-
training kids especially is like
It's hard.
It's hard.
It's
dude.
hard.
It's
It's
really
harder than
fucking hard.
training
You were
adults.
really good at it. I think you guys are really good at it. You know, but
I was like, there's no way I can do that. There is
Yeah.
absolutely no way I can do that. And then when I had the problems with my kids instructor and I had to let him go,
yeah.
I just took over, and man, I loved it. I just love working with kids.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't think that I would. The one thing I have noticed is with the kids, when I don't have my beard, I'm more scary to the kids.
Yeah,
You know,
sure.
when I got the beard, it's
I
just
can
kind of like, oh, there's Grandpa.
Yeah, totally.
Works out all right.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of it's weird because I talk about all the time that there's nothing better for a kid than some sort of disciplined training like that. You know,
Right.
wrestling, jiu-jitsu, whatever it is. You know, it's
Yeah.
done wonders for my kids. But just the people that actually run children's programs and don't, do weird shit. You know what I mean? Like, and successfully run it. It's like, fuck, man, you're creating a generation of kids that are.
Yeah.
Literally know how to be tough, which
Yeah,
you need
yeah.
to know. You need to
Just
know in
no
this world.
discipline,
Discipline alone, yeah.
structure.
Showing up, fucking,
Yeah.
eye
You can
contact,
get it from
handshakes.
A lot of different sports, though. You can get it from gymnastics. You, can
That's-
get it from,
yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just getting them to stay in that structured environment and not let them tell you, no, I don't want to go do that.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah, it's
100%.
interesting. Yeah, we live in this weird kind of grind set culture on social media, And a lot of those like influencers like that, I can't stand.
Totally, dude.
They're such douchebags.
Wake up, grind every
Yeah,
day.
yeah, but
fucking eat washed hamburger.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, calm down. Dude.
yeah, right.
Fuck you.
But I will say, like grappling, like it's literally a sport where no matter how fit you are, how young or old you are, you're going to lose a lot before you start to win.
Right.
And I think doing any activity like that where you have to suck for a long time is super important.
Yeah.
You know?
Realizing that you suck at something.
Yeah.
Like
and
King,
and
like,
you will
yeah.
suck at grappling. Everybody does.
Yeah,
when they
everyone.
start,
Everyone
you know?
sucks, dude. King yesterday decided he was going to learn how to ollie. You know what I mean? I was like, how do you do it? So I showed him how to fucking the 3 ollie.
Did you show them on video?
No, I did it barefoot, by the way.
Wow.
Just so you know.
You can ollie barefoot.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Awesome.
I can still rip. I'll rip it up, dude. Anyway, so I show him, and he's like, he's all okay, and so he's doing it, and I'm like, cool, dude. You did it on carpet. Now go to the concrete. You know what I mean? And I'm like, he's like, how much do I have to do it? I said, until you can do it comfortably every single time without
That's
thinking
when
about
you
it.
wanna
You know what I mean?
switch, yeah.
Thousands of times, dude. And he's like,
Yeah.
he sat there for 2.5 hours. Like,
Did he really?
yeah, he
That's
really did. I was
badass.
like, all right,
That's
dude.
cool.
Yeah, just because he wanted to learn it. You know what I mean? It's like,
You love to mess with Craig, don't you?
I love to mess with everybody.
yes.
Yeah.
Me
Yeah, I
mainly.
did
But
some-
for
yeah,
some reason,
yeah.
he doesn't mess with me, though. I don't know why.
Give me time. I don't care. I really just gotta give me time.
He just doesn't
I
know
really
you
don't
well
give a
enough.
shit.
Yeah.
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 It's my love language.
No,
really.
that's not why
Yeah.
you don't mess with it. It's because when I came in, I jumped on Craig instead
Well,
of
yeah,
you.
like that helps.
Yeah.
No, it takes me a minute, but once I get to know you, it's
Yeah.
you know, everybody in my family's the same way. We sit around and talk shit.
I think it's great.
My family's all from Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
the
So
same
we
thing.
got that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just sit around and clown
Yeah.
and talk crap, and it's the best.
And he probably doesn't want to mess with you because you guys both dress exactly the same.
Last
wearing
time
the
I was
same
here, I was
fucking
wearing a
outfit.
Pendleton.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But now you're not.
Now I'm not.
Yeah.
It's
Now
summer.
Now you're wearing a Basquiat
Last
shirt.
time he showed up, he looked like he was a dinosaur egg.
Yeah. And I looked really good on my birthday, which you didn't even remember.
I know.
You know,
very
I was
nice.
going to wear your shirt today,
Oh, yeah?
but I didn't want to be that guy that wears the band T-shirt to the concert.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
You didn't
it's-
remember Craig's birthday?
Fuck no.
I'm not good at that shit.
He's like your best friend.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't, you know.
I got myself all dressed up on my
We're not-
birthday and showed up to a podcast. No one does anything. I'm like, it's tight, dude. It's cool. Yeah.
See, it's my birthday. I let everybody know for months in advance.
There's many texts like a week before. I say, hey, when we record on Monday, it's my birthday podcast. No answer to that, but they'll text me. What'd you text me yesterday? Some one word, and I'm like,
No.
what the fuck are you
I've
talking
been
about?
sending you fucking books. I have to sit there and type shit in. For,
We're constantly talking about Jay
So-
texting.
I've been listening to some of your podcasts recently, and it sounds like you text similar to how my mom texts, where it's very cryptic.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like yesterday when I was doing something, and I don't like being in public on my phone. So, like when he was texting me yesterday, there's something going on where I had to respond to him, and I just let him know, like, I can't remember what it was.
I said, hey, what are you doing right now, or something like what and he texted me the word Jockos,
yeah.
and I went,
What do you if I
Okay,
say
you're-
Jocko's, what do you think?
Jocko
You're
Willink.
listening to the
Yeah.
Jocko podcast?
Yeah,
Jocko
you're hanging
Willink.
out with Jocko Willink.
Oh, see, we're all three different types of fat here. I'm thinking Jocko's in in Napomo,
Well,
Jocko's Steakhouse.
I was thinking of Jocko.
Willink.
Yeah, I know who you guys are thinking. Now that
Maybe
you say
so.
that makes
I
sense.
thought you were
but-
listening to his podcast.
But that's
maybe,
when
Alan.
I said Jocko.
I said you're hanging out with Jocko Willink right now. That's
Oh
amazing.
shit!
That's
No,
what
I
I
said
texted back.
Jocko's up, and I was at dinner with my lady.
None of that was said.
If you said Jocko to me, I would go say hi to Dean Lister.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that now.
Yeah.
I
That was
know.
Jocko's professor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you two been to Jocko's?
No, but I have a good friend that's been there. It's supposed to be really cool.
It's
Yeah.
a great steakhouse.
It's in Napomo.
Fantastic.
Oh wait, I was talking
You
about
haven't
his
been
shit.
there?
No. Never even heard of it.
Never heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume everybody knows because it's like a pretty famous steakhouse from California.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, that was a great. It was a great answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't with Willick. I
Good
was
story, mate.
At Jocko's. Great steak. Awesome steak.
All
I
right.
had a killer steak.
What were you doing up there?
My daughter's car blew up.
Ooh.
My daughter's car blew up in L.A. Thank God it ended up in Calabasas. Her radiator blew on her, and so she got up here to Ventura, and I took her up to Lompoc, and it was a beautiful day. So
There you go.
let's take honey to Jocko's. Went cruise. It's so beautiful up there. Have you ridden up there? Like go up to Lompoc and then go out through like to where Guadalupe is.
I haven't ridden up there on my motorcycle, but I've driven up there.
Oh,
yeah.
it's just beautiful, man. I took every side road I could because I wanted to surprise her where we were going. So instead of like hitting the 101 and heading towards Napomo, we went all through just every little back side road I could find.
That's cool.
And it was just such a beautiful day. It was amazing. I love it up there.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you were at Jocko's because every time I'm like,
Yeah.
so many questions about that.
Literally sitting there.
So
and
many fucking questions.
my phone vibrated.
Yeah.
I looked at it. It was you.
Yeah.
I wanted to respond real quick, and then I turned my phone off so that I couldn't
Yeah.
respond anymore.
Yeah.
Are there drinks in the fridge?
Yeah. Do you want a water or something?
Yeah, please. I'm burning.
Bubbly or what? What do you?
I
Regular?
don't care.
All right.
Just nothing with calories in it.
Yes,
Bubblies.
sir. We got bubble. Oh, we got a couple more. Here we go.
Yeah, if you get a chance, it's worth like
Thanks,
going
man.
up there and usually I sit in the bar because I got a little bar menu and you can just get a plate of steak and bread and
I'd go.
yeah.
Yeah.
it's
I
really
rode
good.
up to, what's it called, the Lodge place with Craig recently on my
Deer
motorcycle.
Lodge?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
He got a bike. We've been riding around. It's been
You
fun.
got
dude.
the dual sport, right?
No, I sold that. I have a Honda Shadow now. Phantom. Honda Shadow Phantom.
Okay. What
Yeah.
size is it?
750.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that you ride pretty crazy, that I wouldn't be able to keep up with you anyway.
No.
Just 90 miles an hour.
Yeah. No. Dude, yeah, Jay's nuts. Jay's nuts, dude. Not dangerous. Just
I have a
very fucking comfortable, dude.
I've
Yeah.
been on the same bike for 25 years.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
What
and
is
I've
it?
ridden. It's a 2000 electric light standard, a bagger, and it's got a big motor in it. And I put a bigger tire on the front, so it sits higher in the front. And
I'd
I went
never be
higher
able to keep up with
in the
you.
back, and it's not. I don't. When I was younger, it was like a braggadocious thing, and fuck you if you can't keep up with me. Go ahead and try. Let's see how it goes for you. And now when I ride with people, I ride to everybody else's riding level. I don't. If I want to go ride, which I do most of the time, I go ride by myself, and then I can do whatever I want. If there's consequences, it's just on me. But I've had too many people following me and wreck, and there's people that'll be typing in the comments on what an asshole I am when I ride right now. But it's I just ride hard, and I love it. It's, if
put
I
away
die on
wet?
it, I quite often, especially start getting up in Ojai, my ass starts sweating like a motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah, we did the one, me and Shimer did the 150 to Ojai to the 154 through Carp yesterday. It was fucking beautiful ride, man.
I did that
Really nice.
a couple days ago too.
Yeah. That's a nice
next
little
time I
quick
race.
hour
Yeah.
and 15, if you don't stop moving kind of thing.
It's easy.
It's a fucking nice ride, man. Yeah, it was beautiful. What the fuck is going on otherwise besides jiu-jitsu?
I have no life outside.
No
of-
life?
outside of that gym.
Yeah.
I train every single day. I
Yeah.
take Sundays off, and on Sundays I take my niece, nephew, and my kids swimming.
Yeah.
I go fish on the pier with my kids and my nephew. That's
Really?
it. Yeah, that's all.
Fishing, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know
Yeah.
that about you.
I have a big cowboy hat, and I throw it on, and I just sit on the pier. And
What's wrong with cowboy hats?
I love my cowboy hat.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah. I almost wore mine.
You have a
today.
skull on yours?
No, but I think yours is really cool. I wish I had a hat like that.
Yeah.
I had a skull and crossbones on mine,
Mm-hmm.
and it looked like a totem comp.
What is that?
The Nazi skull
Oh,
and
shit.
crossbones. and I never even heard of that, and so I'm doing my
I don't know
my
what happened.
Christian videos, and some guy says, "Why do you have a totem comp on your hat?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"I don't know what that is." And then he tells
I got
me
all
what
these
it
weird
is,
followers.
and
now.
I go online and I'm looking at it, I'm just like,
preach on,
"What
brother."
the hell?"
Yeah.
And so I bought this sugar skull, and I took that off, and I super glued this to my hat.
Look, I don't understand, man. I was just goose stepping around downtown. Fucking, Everyone's fucking throwing hail
And
Hitlers at me.
and this doesn't go over well in Ojai. You can imagine that.
all these weird followers.
Oh
with
my
like
god.
trailers and their photos on Facebook.
We were just shitting on Ojai the other day, dude. Man, that town has turned into something, huh?
Has it?
It's weird.
It's fucking weird, right?
Yeah.
Wait, what's
Yeah.
weird about it? I'm not.
Just
I'm
the
not
amount
cultured
of
about
movie
Ojai.
stars and rich
Yep.
fucks
Oh,
that
really?
are ruining, you know.
See, I've only been to Ojai. In the 10 years I've lived here, I think I've been there twice, 3 times. maybe.
Jesus, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking got weird, man.
It is a bit. Well, it's always been weird.
It
but
always
it's a
has been
different
weird.
kind of weird
Yeah, it's
now.
different
yeah.
kind of weird.
Yeah. No, dude, I like Oakview, man.
Yeah.
It's like it's in a beautiful
You
area.
look like you like Oakview.
You're 10 minutes from the beach, or 30 minutes from the mountains, and it's working
You
class.
could have
folks.
sat here and not said a word, and everybody would have just assumed that you liked Oakview.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
You know, we talk about people that that fit a certain look.
Mm-hmm.
That other thing on your hat and the Oakview and
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're right there.
It does have a bad reputation. Oakview does. Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, it's wild up
There was a huge. This is before I moved up here, but there was a huge fight with the skinheads and the Hispanic group, like a full-on gang fight, right on the corner where my house is.
Really?
Yeah, like
Damn.
crazy. And
Wait, here's the
I
important.
wasn't there yet.
Who would you have cornered?
Me?
Yeah, the Mexicans.
The
or
homeboys for
skinheads?
sure, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, you're like, hey, take his leg. Shoot a double leg.
No, I'd be right in the middle
Oh,
with
of course.
bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. That'd
My-
be wild
my
to see John on
brother-
the news. John
Just beating
Jensen
up
knocks out
Nazis.
17 Nazis.
Yeah.
My brother
rad.
actually wrote. My brother's a stand-up comedian. Did you know that?
No.
No, he's funny, but he wrote a book called "Punching Nazis in the Face and Other Good Ideas."
No way, really?
Yeah.
That's
No,
awesome, man.
It's
Where is he? He's a stand-up comedian now?
yeah.
Where?
Yeah, he lives up in Sacramento.
Really?
Yeah, he's opened for Robin Williams and Bobcat and like a lot of like
Oh, I love Bob.
What's his name?
Keith Lowell Jensen. He goes
Keith
by the
Lowell
middle
Jensen.
name. Yeah.
Keith Jensen?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Lowell.
and his last special that he did was called "Things I Got Arrested For,"
Oh, nice.
and he's a storytelling comedian.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he tells you stories, and oh my gosh, it was so funny.
Check it out, dude.
Yeah, no,
Christ.
he's good. It's on 500 Pound Gorilla label.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And no, he's really funny.
Huh.
But it's all storytelling stuff, and so I'm trying to. The next time he does a storytelling show up there, he's
there.
gonna have me come up and do like the opening bit.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of the stories are from when did you guys pal around as kids and shit?
No,
Doing
I
all your-
hated him.
Oh, really?
He's my brother.
Well, I mean, okay.
Yeah.
But-
No, he was the fourth. So there was 5 of us.
There's 5 of you guys?
He was all boys.
Jesus.
Are they all big like you?
Yes.
Oh, God.
He was the fourth. I was the first, right? So
Yeah.
I was a lot older than him, yeah, we didn't have much to do with each other, but I definitely didn't
What
like
was the
him.
age separation?
So it was 6 years. 6 years, and
Jesus.
which isn't a big deal now,
Now,
but when
yeah.
you're
So
a
you're
kid,
the oldest.
yeah.
He's the youngest. There's 5
No,
of
no,
you.
he's the fourth.
He's
one.
the
The
fourth.
fourth one. Okay.
Yeah. My
That's
youngest
still, dude.
brother is 11 years younger than me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
But your dad was getting after it.
he didn't
Parents
fuck
didn't have a
around.
television.
No,
though.
dude. No.
No, he didn't fuck around. My dad. He
A coxman.
when I first had my when I had my first kid, he said, "Well done, you're biologically successful." and then my dad has this really unique laugh. He goes, I was like, dude, I swear, I am not
Just holds it in
exaggerating
for a while and
lot.
lets it out.
He every single time we went to a restaurant, like every time, the waitress, they're supposed to, she'd come over and say, "So how was everything?" And my dad would go, "It was excellent. You're a good cook."
full dad jokes.
It wasn't funny the first time, Dad.
Yeah.
The 47th time,
Right.
it was
Everyone's all
even worse.
at
You
the
know.
table. Yeah.
So.
So your dad was raising 5, and your mom, I would assume, right?
Yes.
5 fucking
Yep.
boys.
Yep.
That's crazy. Were you
Yep.
the most wild one?
I was the mellowest.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Dude, I was. Well, in most ways,
You're
right?
poor
I was
mom.
the least rebellious.
Okay.
Okay, but I was bullfighting, and
Yeah.
so I jumping off the school roof on
So
my
then
bicycle.
all your brothers idolize you because you're the oldest one, and then
Oh, yeah, I
you're
ruined-
a
I ruined their
complete
lives.
fucking nutbag,
Yeah.
and they're then the crazy
They're
ones.
like bars
because of-
high, dude.
So basically,
Yeah.
you ruined your brothers.
Yeah, I did. I did. So, I mean, you probably shouldn't, like, when you're 13, you probably shouldn't smoke pot with your 9-year-old, but, your 9-year-old brother, but
But shit happens.
shit
dude.
happens,
Yeah.
dude.
I mean, Jay was.
Look,
Jay
how,
was
how are
totally
you gonna know better
Yeah.
when you're only 13 and you're stoned?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like,
I can't be
Hey,
blamed for
9-year-old,
that.
try this.
I
dude.
can't be blamed for that.
No,
No.
I wouldn't.
So-
I wouldn't blame you. Was it your dad's pot?
No.
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 That's where we differ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jay's dad is all here. 13-year-old, smoke some weed, calm the fuck
Yeah.
down.
No, I think my dad only gave me a sip of his beer like probably 3 times. when I was
Really?
a kid. Yeah. No, it was not like that at all at my house.
My,
Don't take
parents
the
were
last
straight
one.
edge.
Were they really?
They were.
Wow.
Like they claimed it? Like
no,
they were out there with X's on
no,
doing the
it's
thing?
funny. Like they wouldn't. I couldn't spend the night at kids' houses if they had like a liquor cabinet
Really?
until like my parents like talked to them and stuff.
Really?
And of course, that's gonna make kids try to go right to the liquor cabinet.
Of course, yeah.
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 So you were drinking at what age?
Well, no, I was a pretty good kid. Like,
Yeah.
I smoked pot when I was pretty young, like maybe 14. It's not young for you guys. You guys
Yeah.
are probably smoking when you're like
I didn't
4.
smoke till I was 21.
Oh, really?
I didn't
okay.
drink
He's
or
a good
smoke till I
Christian
turned
boy,
21.
right?
Oh, okay. No, I
have
drank.
Then it
no
went
idea
hard.
the first time I smoked pot.
I drank a lot, like in
Yeah.
my early 20s, but I quit around when I met my wife. So yeah, I haven't had a sip of alcohol in like 20 years or close to it, maybe 18 years or something.
We've got 5 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Are you off too?
Yeah.
Hey,
As
congratulations.
soon as you said you were going to quit.
You did
I was
it?
Oh,
like-
you guys are doing
he-
this.
he
I was
said-
wondering why you were drinking
He
seltzer
said
water.
he was going to quit.
I did.
And
Oh,
I figured in support of him, because he's got such a drinking problem, that
Yeah.
that I back him up, man.
Yeah, I appreciate the
in
love, man.
solidarity of you, I
All right.
decided that to help you with your drinking
Yes,
problem,
okay.
that I would.
You're
not
gonna
drink
stop
for a
too.
while.
So
Yep.
my
Definitely not because you're trying to save your own life.
my first time being around Craig drinking was recently.
Yeah.
And I will say, Craig's a good dude when he drinks.
He's
like,
fun.
You know, some people you hang out with and you're like, they're gonna get
Yeah,
down,
you find out
and
they're
you're like,
pricks.
oh, I'm
Yeah.
gonna find out if they're a douche or not. He's not. He's just
That's
just
nice.
as funny as he
Yeah.
is. sober. I
That
enjoyed
is
it. I had a
thank
good
you.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah, you were great
we had a
to
good
talk
time.
to.
That was awesome.
I enjoyed talking to you and Rosie. You guys
Yeah.
are great.
Yeah, that was it is an shocker when you find out one of your friends is an intolerable prick when they're drunk. dude.
Yeah.
You gave him a shocker?
They're not my friends after that.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't be friends
If
with
I
someone like
can't
that.
I cannot be friends with somebody that drinks and it's not fun.
Yeah.
Right.
I just can't.
Exactly.
Do it. Like you're just immediately cut off.
That's a
We
buzzkill.
don't need to. That's it.
And
Yeah,
I don't
we're
usually
good.
mention that I'm straight edge for that reason because I don't want people that drink to be like, oh God, he's going to be.
Yeah.
I can hang out with people that are drinking and
Totally,
be
dude.
just fine. I'm not a square man.
Yeah.
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 not a
I'm not a
square.
square, dude. Yeah. Well, I didn't know you're done drinking too. Good job.
And then
5 days.
Dude,
I-
seriously, real men
both
quit
of us-
drinking at
both,
least
like-
once a week.
we both partied pretty hard last weekend.
Dude,
Yes.
smell
And
us
then we
Dr.
came
Pepper.
in and amen. I've never tried to hide it ever, not
yeah,
once.
no.
But I got talked to my doctor today, and I don't know how this happens. Both my brother and I'm like, so how's everything? And it's my blood doctor, and he's like, yeah.
He's like, your levels are
He
flawless.
goes, everything's good.
You're a specimen.
You got
He goes,
Kobe Bryant
I'm like,
levels.
how's my liver? He goes, your liver function's fine, your kidney function's fine,
Yeah.
everything's fine. I'm like, really?
Were you drunk when you talked to him?
Yeah.
I was fucked up the day before, so that morning when I took my test, my blood work should have been off the rail.
It's all
But he
now
was
perfectly
stoked on
zero,
everything.
dude.
I was tripping, man.
Oh,
And I talked him into upping my testosterone.
Oh, yeah?
So I'm going.
Fuck
to 100
yeah,
after
dude.
This.
You're going on
100
testosterone?
I've been on test.
He's been.
100 milligrams. I've been on 50.
A week?
Now I'm going to every other week.
Every other week.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm
Vitamin
I'm
S.
on 200.
Well, you
every week.
You probably need it though. I mean, because I'm guessing from all your history that you've pretty much just
Depleted
juiced
it
it
all.
out.
It's all gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all gone.
Were you natural when you were fighting and all that shit? Did you fuck around? Is that a bad question? I mean, it's pretty long.
Well-
It's like literally 70 years ago, so I think
Yeah.
it's fine. But.
Literally.
Yeah. You were
Yeah,
so-
no.
Was juicing a big fucking thing? It had to have been
everyone
back then.
in my gym, you know,
It had to have been, right?
except me, of course.
Yeah,
but
of course.
everyone else.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. No, they didn't even test for it.
back
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of, not universally, but you know, a lot of people think that you use steroids to get big and strong.
Sure.
But when you're fighting,
It's recovery.
man.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I would go to the gym by myself at 4:30 in the morning, and I would just do tons of cardio all by myself for an hour. Then I would go do drywall all day. I'd come home, take a 45-minute nap, go to the gym, and go through a 3-hour fight practice.
Jesus.
And like, you cannot do that. Well, at least I couldn't do it, you know, unless I had some help, man.
Totally, dude.
Well, I think most people, even today, and if there's obviously the testing and stuff, but they all figure out a way to do whatever it is that they can do to help themselves in recovery.
Well, see, the thing is that the testers are always one step behind the chemists.
Totally. Yeah.
Because they don't know what to test for
Right.
until they see it, right? And so they're always having to change their tests. And so the biggest problem with that is the rich fighters know how to get the stuff that beats the tests.
Right.
And so it kind of separates the level. I mean, luckily our government's not like that at all, but you know, the rich the rich people
Not at all,
in you know, in
Were you saying the rich guys had advantages that us poor people couldn't have?
yeah,
Not
yeah.
not like the government though.
Not like
Yeah,
not
yeah,
like
yeah.
not like our economy, but you know, that's the only bad thing. I mean, because when you think about it, do you want to watch Joe the plumber fight, you know, Bill the electrician, or do you want to fight? You want to see Wolverine and you
the
know,
Hulk go at
the
it.
Hulk? Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean
totally.
that's what I want to watch.
I'm for no testing at all.
Yeah.
Just
That
fucking
should
let
be
them
the
rip, dude.
Baseball.
It's
should
so
have-
dangerous.
Let them rip, dude. Who
Yeah.
cares? I mean, you're
I mean,
already
everybody's
fucking,
on it anyway.
Yeah, you know, let them fucking
Do
go,
you,
dude.
do you feel better?
Yeah, definitely.
How long have you been on the injectable?
3 months, 4 months.
How long did it take before you felt?
Honestly, pretty damn quick.
Yeah?
But then it kind of leveled off,
Oh.
and I definitely have more energy, and I don't feel as burnt out. You know, it's not like 6 or 7 o'clock, and I really haven't done shit. And you're like, oh fuck, I just want to sit on the couch.
Yeah.
You actually you get up and you feel motivated again.
Yeah, that's
You
nice.
do get a little angry sometimes. We talked about it. I
Really?
snapped on some people, man.
Did you?
Yeah. Remember we were driving next to some dude.
Oh, yeah, the guy.
Some old dude in a car, and I looked over and he had this chihuahua that was just an adorable mess, you know, and I kind of smiled about it, and I looked back over it again, and as I'm turning back to look, the dude said, "What the fuck are you looking at?" And I fucking lost it. I'm looking at your cute fucking dog, you dirtbag piece of shit, junkie motherfucker.
He's like, I'm on 50 milligrams of testosterone every other week. Don't fuck with me.
Dude.
I just love that you complimented the dog and then shit on him.
I know. I had my head out the window. I was yelling. I was going off. Like, pull the fuck over. We can go
Looking
at
at
it.
your gorgeous,
And then I immediately,
fluffy, soft,
dude,
beautiful
yeah.
pet.
But then at the same time, realized what I was doing and turned and went away. And my lady's like, "What was that?
Yeah.
You don't do that." And I went, "Well, we just started on that testosterone. Might be a little bit of a problem for a
A
minute.
little wonky.
I'll try to keep that in mind when I
You're on
am
the
dealing
sauce,
with stuff."
man.
Yeah, it definitely made a difference. But then it just tapers off, as
do,
you know.
do you know who James McCurtry is?
No.
He's a singer-songwriter guy.
Okay.
And in one of his songs, it's called "The Wastelands," and one of the lines in the song is, "Whiskey don't make liars; it just makes fools." So I didn't mean to say it, but I meant what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, totally.
I kind of think testosterone's a little bit like that. It's like
Sure.
when you're on testosterone, it kind of accentuates your personality, right? So
yeah.
he must be an asshole anyways.
This is true.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of people that agree with that.
We did a whole podcast about it.
Yeah, you did.
Follow his best friend.
Yeah, I don't feel any mood swings or anything.
Nothing.
No,
You're
I
so
don't-
mellow
But
anyway, dude.
You
God.
have an outlet constantly.
That's
That
You're
is
on
true.
it as well?
Yeah,
As of recent, yeah.
Yeah. So, but then you have an outlet,
right.
a constant outlet. You
Yeah.
got something to help you to deal with that stuff.
For sure.
Yeah.
So hang up a heavy bag and punch it once in a while.
Man, I got to get past the stuff that's all hurt and sore. Hopefully, the drinking will help the stuff go down. But I can hardly walk on my right foot. And
As
my
you
hands
get
and
older, that
shit.
gets better though.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I'm
Yeah,
feeling
definitely
it.
wait to
I'm
start.
feeling
Yeah.
it. No, it's just fuck. Everything hurts.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel you.
hopefully that'll help you with that.
I'm hoping, and that's the drinking should help too,
Yeah.
and doctor's appointments.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, man. I feel so much better when I'm not drinking.
I mean, a lot of people over 40 or over 50 that are in any type of regular combat sport that could benefit probably from a little bit of testosterone.
I think anybody that's over 50 could probably benefit.
Yeah,
I agree.
just
Yeah,
testosterone.
I
Unless
agree,
you've,
yeah.
like, you've maintained a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
You didn't live your whole life in an adrenaline pump.
Yeah.
You know,
well, and
then-
I think
then you're
that's
fine, but-
I think that's a big part of it too. Is if somebody's already pushing themselves and they're eating clean and they're exercising and they're still feeling fatigued all the time, then yeah, there's probably a hormonal issue.
Just no drive.
Yeah.
Zero drive at all. I mean, none.
Yeah.
And I like the gym. I like going to work out. I like doing that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's been a couple of years since I've just don't have any type of, gumption for it at all.
Good for you.
Yeah. So hopefully now I get back into it and.
There
You
go.
and Craig are going to be like these ripped, roided out guys in a year on your
Dude,
podcast.
we'll be talking about
Like-
the grind culture, hustle, dude.
Yeah, all
You gotta
of a
wake
sudden-
up every day, brother.
Our
4
guest
a.m.
today, Andrew Tate.
Yeah, totally. I was listening to this really informative Andrew Tate podcast.
Oh God,
Jesus criminy, dude.
I can't.
guy.
I mean, I can't believe guys like that are the main.
I can.
The main. No, I can believe it.
Yeah.
But that they're like the main influence on like young male culture. It's like.
Well, dude, it's weird.
It's toxic as fuck.
Sorry, go ahead.
dude.
Well, I think that it goes to the people that are going to go for what he is saying. They're going to go for it for a little bit, and then they're going to realize, you know what I mean? Like, it's that initial, like, they don't really have somebody in their life to look up to.
Sure.
So then you got somebody that's actually being a man about what he's saying.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, I'm attracted to this because he's actually standing up for what he is. And then you realize, well, wait a minute, what he is a dirty misogynist, rapist, fucking piece of shit.
So that's what I was
know.
gonna say. Like maybe I haven't heard all of his stuff in context.
Yeah.
But to me, the clips I've seen, he seems like pretty misogynistic, kind of
Well,
not a
he's-
positive person for how to treat women.
Just for the
Like,
record,
just
not
seems
defending
like-
the guy at all. Really don't like him. He was just him and his brother were completely acquitted of all that shit, like a week ago.
Oh well, then
they
there you go.
completely
Yeah.
all done. Totally. He probably is a piece of shit,
Yeah,
but
I'm more.
but-
I don't.
but-
The crimes, I don't know anything about that because I don't follow him. But
Yeah.
just the overarching message I get when I watch
Yeah.
those videos is just that's horrible. I wouldn't want my son. I have 2 sons.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want them to treat.
But
women
you're
that
like a
way.
role model
yeah,
for your
you have-
kids,
your
right?
kids have a role
and you're
model.
around. Like for me, a guy that grew up with no fucking dad, seeing and all women, like all fucking women, right? Look, my mom was still the toughest dude I've ever met, pretty much. But
That's kind of bullshit.
what, my mom?
You know me.
Well, sure. I didn't grow up with- yeah, that's true. Yeah, but still, my mom's a problem.
No,
dude.
no.
She'll be a
I
problem
know.
for you.
I've heard.
I
the
watched my
stories.
mom fucking bite a dude in the neck at a fight.
But how does that correlate? You're
But so
saying-
what I'm saying is that if I'm a kid and I have no male figure in my life,
Yeah.
right, and this is a generation of actual pussies. Like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of fucking parents right now are failing their kids by not pushing them to fucking stand up. You know what I mean? For anything besides just roll over and go with the flow, do whatever it is. So if I had a dude that was not afraid to be an asshole, telling me shit that I kind of half agreed with, jokingly.
Gotcha.
It's the same way that people love Trump. He's not afraid to be an asshole. And men fucking flock to that. They just do. You know what I mean? Especially young boys who are, like have no direction. Or they're impressionable, they have no direction. You know what I mean? So I could see why he's so popular, because he's not afraid to be an asshole.
So
You know
why
what I
aren't
mean?
you guys more popular?
Exactly. Yeah, I think about it all the time because I don't hate women enough, apparently.
But see, that's something you can work on.
It is true. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but I see why, because he's the exact opposite reaction to everything that's going on, for what a lot of kids are seeing now. You know. And like I said, not a big fan of the fucking guy. I see it. You know.
Yeah, I mean, and maybe this makes me sound like, I don't know, weak is perceived in modern culture, but why not make it cool to be not a dickhead? Like,
Totally. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like to not be controversial for the sake of being controversial.
Because that's what feeds.
To be nice to women. I don't know.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Dude, I saw an interview with the guy.
I think part of it though is just like I have a nephew that he's 20, I don't know, 24, 25 now. And just at a certain point in his life, man, he just liked being a little asshole. You know, I mean, and it was like what he would do is he would watch something like that, and then he would filter out the stuff that he wanted to filter out, which is the stuff, but then he could use that stuff to feed other people stuff, to aggravate other people, to just cause mayhem.
Right.
see.
You know, and he's 16, 17 years old, and he's like in the GATE program, super smart, but also just very rebellious and loved to just
Piss
call
people off.
Uncle up and let's see if I can send Uncle through the fucking roof just to see if I can call him to get him to come to the house and attack me. Whatever and he would do that shit.
Dude,
He would filter through it, but it gave him something like that he could look towards to then be a part of something. You know what I mean?
It's just, it's just strange to me on social media, the stuff that becomes controversial even. Like, you know, not to get too political, but even the trans issue, it's like they make up such a small portion of society. Why do so many people care so much?
Well, because I mean, it is being forced a little bit. You know, it's everywhere you fucking go. You know, it's everywhere you go.
Yeah.
And you have to
You're saying
preface every opinion with
You're saying
I don't
it's,
care what you do,
yeah.
but this is getting a little ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's
right.
like
You're saying it's become pop culture.
it's pop
basically.
culture. Yeah,
100%.
totally. Whether it's being pushed or not pushed or whatever, it doesn't really matter. Agenda. You can't ask Kenny. Everything's agenda for sure.
Well,
I
I
see.
think that,
Yeah. But,
I like Kenny.
a big portion
Yeah.
of people that didn't have a voice for a long time, now not only do they have a voice, they have a voice because they're at the place where they can express their voice whenever they want.
I see.
You know.
Yeah.
And I think that one of the reasons that we're having such a rush towards this other party and this other thing is because there's a whole bunch of people between here and New York that are going, wait a minute, that's not how we feel, and we're getting ignored because we're not on Facebook and we're not doing all this stuff.
And we're busy working.
Yeah, we're busy working. We're out, doing whatever it is they're doing. That minority of people really are in the cities. They're in the places where their work isn't going out and roping a cow or.
So you think
tilling
that
a field.
that's probably one of the big contributors to our current kind of social divide?
Oh, 100%.
I truly think that if you keep the people divided, you can control them easier.
Yeah.
That's really,
for
now
sure.
is it completely all planned or do they just capitalize on the things? I don't fucking know. You know what I mean?
hard to
If you
say,
have an
yeah.
American
It is hard to say.
flag in your front yard,
You're-
If what?
if you have an American flag flying in your front yard, there's people that are part of that community that you're racist.
Or a
'Cause you
Trump
put up-
supporter,
Or
automatically.
a Trump supporter
Like, what
automatically
the
because you
fuck?
put an American flag in your front yard.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
people
yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
people
didn't know.
totally
I
think
had
that shit.
my stepson tell me that over dinner, and I was like, wait, hold on, because we were up in Washington, and I had no idea, and he's very, very, very left, and I'm like, he goes, yeah, all these people around here, you can tell they're because they have an American flag in their front yard that they're racist. And I went,
Excuse me.
hold on, what? I go, so if somebody puts an American flag in their front yard, they're a racist? And he went, yeah. And his girlfriend was like, yeah. And I went, huh.
Interesting.
And in my head, I'm like,
Yeah.
so your grandmother's husband is a racist? I'm not trying to argue with those kids. I just, I didn't. And
You're just trying to
he's
point out the
racist
obvious.
because, I didn't say nothing. I just, in my head though, I'm like, so Daryl is racist because he puts a flag in his front yard? That makes him racist? Like, he's one of the nicest human beings in the world.
Yeah,
But I'm not going to engage. I'm trying to not engage with these people at all because I'm so over it. I'm just tired of that the left side of everything has gotten so overboard, and now they're just pretending like Kamala and Biden are really good people, and I don't get that.
That's not what I'm hearing, dude. The left is not happy with the
I think it depends, 'cause I
Palestine
hear
thing.
a lot of-
Yeah, well, yeah, you
Well,
see
I'm
all
not
the-
even. I'm talking about just even
The
just the
establishment.
way the establishment has been handling everything and what they're doing. They've could definitely become what they've always preached they're not. They're warmongering. They're continuing to manipulate the democratic process through different ways, and it's just becoming, and it's obvious.
Yeah.
And there's so many people that are just like, no, it's all good. And that's going both ways, I think.
Yeah, both
Well, and the right
sides,
treats
yeah.
Trump like Jesus, like the second coming,
yeah.
which is in Revelation, by the way.
It all is.
Yeah, yeah.
I,
Mark of the beast.
I literally heard this.
Do you think Trump's shoes are the mark of the beast? You know what shoes that he released?
For sure. Absolutely.
You know, he released his own shoes.
He has
Yeah.
his own shoes.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Like Yeezys,
Yeah, basically. They're-
Jumpies.
they're
Like, what are they
yeah.
called?
They're sparkling. They're just
I don't,
disgusting.
Jordans. They look like Jordans.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, that guy. It seems like he'll always find an angle to get his base to spend more money.
Mm. Oh yeah,
You know?
why not?
I
Dude?
mean,
yeah. It
I
funds
heard
his
he's. I
campaign.
heard he's inventing his own crypto coin now.
Sure, why wouldn't he, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah, why wouldn't he? Yeah, but the right. I'm sorry, you were saying, but the right. You know, the right's just the
I
same.
don't
They treat.
remember.
They treat Trump like he's fucking the second coming of the Lord.
Oh
you know what I
yeah,
mean? You're like,
no,
what the fuck?
I saw this video with this Christian nationalist type person, basically explaining how since Elon Musk got on the MAGA bandwagon,
Mm-hmm.
that the scriptures show us
Oh, dude.
that Trump and Elon Musk are the prophets from Revelation.
Sure, yeah.
And I'm just going,
Oh, whoa, dude.
Whoa!
have you even read the Bible?
Oh, dude, that's the thing. You can, believe the power of fucking belief, dude, is incredible, man.
Yeah,
You know? And if
which
you-
is why. That's why I'm
So
I'm
is-
in the
is-
middle of that
Right.
because you can make a lot of money.
I know. and why aren't you making money, John?
I'm working on it.
Yeah,
you know.
I know. You're right. You're right
I
there,
got
dude.
I got my 21-year-old Ford F-150,
Mm-hmm.
and if I play my cards right, I could probably be driving a 2015. Subaru.
There you go, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, it might almost have it
With
paid
new
off.
tires.
Yeah.
Oh no new tires. No.
Yeah.
It's always interesting to me too when the topic of billionaires comes up because
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think we could ever even understand. I mean, they're just in a different universe.
How much money?
Like,
that
have you
is.
ever been to Hearst Castle?
I've seen it from afar. Yeah.
Dude, you've been there?
Yeah.
So I walked through that place and I didn't really know much about it. My wife was like, you got to see this. It's kind of a spectacle.
Yeah.
And it's all this really amazing artwork from thousands of years ago. Sarcophaguses.
Yeah.
I mean, gold walls. It's ornate. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, this is a billionaire guy that had a lot of money. And he just built this. And the lady's like, he only spent maybe 7 days out of the year here. And I'm like,
Yeah.
fucking
It was
kidding me?
one of how many castles?
One
he
of
had.
like,
yeah,
like I don't even know how many.
It's a
7
ridiculous
or
amount,
something.
yeah.
And
Totally.
he was a millionaire. He wasn't even a billionaire.
Okay.
Back then,
Back
And
then,
so-
he
yeah.
was a millionaire.
So that's what I was
equivalent of
getting
being a
at.
billionaire.
So,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the
Which is
point,
crazy.
Yeah.
but the point is, at the end of the tour guide, and this is after we'd seen all this stuff, and we were just blown away. We're like, how could one human being even have this many things? And then they're like, by the way, he has this many things in like 8 of the locations.
Right.
And then they said, and the amount of money he had bears in comparison to Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Right.
And we were like, whoa.
Yeah.
What does he have?
This is-
He must
this
have a
is
whole
true.
army of robots like
Yeah.
in a garage somewhere.
does.
This is
Dude.
flat out true. I did the math.
Mm-hmm.
If I were going to give you $100,000 a day,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because I'm trying to supplant Jay as your best friend.
Got it.
Right? $100,000 a day.
it would absolutely.
I would.
Yeah. That would work.
Would that do
like
it?
Way
Yeah.
Best friend
overstepped it.
forever.
Yeah.
I'll fuck him.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure.
I'll let him.
Let's make it $200,000 if I don't have to fuck
There.
you.
Okay. That's fine.
So if I gave you $100,000 a day,
Uh-huh.
it would take 5,200 years for you to have as much money as Elon Musk.
Really?
5,200
No way.
years.
That's amazing,
Yeah.
dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
It's absolutely ludicrous, and people are like, well, he earned that money and this and that. It's like, okay, but But if he's making that much money,
Right.
then how much is he paying the janitors at his factory?
Yeah, not much, you know.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's like this whole concept of, oh well, if they're really really rich, you know, the money will flow downhill.
Yeah, the trickle down
and
bullshit.
it's just like it doesn't.
It never
doesn't
does.
happen.
My beef with Elon seems like I don't know why people think that Elon's so bad when I look at some of the other people that are doing it, like the Waltons and Bezos and all these
I
other
think they're
people
all
that are
bad.
Going,
No.
but I see like him.
At least Elon is
buying-
creating
Yeah,
shit,
like he's
you know what I mean?
he's actually like building and creating and really trying to figure out how to do things better and different and really
Yeah.
go someplace.
Have you seen that
with it.
Neuralink shit that he's done?
Crazy.
It's insane, dude.
You know what trips me out about Elon though? It's like I always hear about like his rants on Twitter and that he bought Twitter and stuff. Like I just picture if I even had half of that money, I'd be on the beach somewhere just chilling. Like,
Sure.
is he fucking bored? Like what?
No,
He's not
he's
that guy,
and I,
though.
and
Yeah.
I don't
He
even mean it
sleeps.
from like a political
Yeah,
angle.
yeah.
I'm just saying
How
like,
do you have
dude,
that
like
much money?
why are you doing that? Like you
Well,
could
he's
do
running, like-
anything.
But he
He's an alien.
Yeah,
like, for sure.
He's on the spectrum.
The
The
argument
for
of
sure.
him being an
100%.
alien. Yeah.
But he goes into work and then stays and works, and then will fall asleep at work and sleep for 4 or 5 hours and wake up and continue to work.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not. You know, my thing goes back as these guys that are like Bezos that are create Amazon and just funnel money into his pocket and doesn't really distribute a whole bunch of it out.
Makes
you
me wonder
know?
if he had parents that never were proud of him. Like it just kind of seems like he's like got like a real.
I think he has so
Ego.
many ideas flying in his head that he can't fucking
talking-
not work.
can't
Elon.
slow it down.
Yeah,
talking about
Elon.
Elon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
no, 100%.
It's
See,
it's
but
wild.
that's what drugs are for.
Touche.
Yeah.
That'll slow it right down sometimes. Or sometimes speed it up if you smoke the wrong pot, dude.
Yeah, well,
Then you question every decision you've ever made for 45 minutes. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's why it's just when it comes to all the politics shit, you know, and everything, billionaires chiming in on how the fucking world should work. It's like, fuck you, man. Fuck all of you.
I guess-
None of
You know
them
what I
have
mean?
any
They have
they
no
don't
concept of money.
I guess
what's going
Hearst
on.
Castle changed it all for me.
Yeah.
Like I had an idea in my head of what it might be like to be that wealthy,
Right.
but then like I walked through it and heard,
Yeah.
and I was just like, okay, like I can't.
You do understand also that he's one of the reasons why cannabis was made illegal and
Hearst is?
scheduled as a
See,
yeah.
I
Is it
don't-
the same Hearst?
That's the same exact.
Are you
See,
sure?
so I know-
William Randolph
Yeah,
Hearst.
It's the
William
same one?
Yep.
Yeah.
DuPont.
DuPont and Randall Hearst. and
Really?
they all-
Yeah.
Oh yeah. DuPont's patents for plastics and stuff came right out after
Well, that's
they
lame.
criminalized.
See, I know nothing
but that's
about
why,
it. I
that
just-
is
my-
why the only reason that cannabis was ever made,
Yeah.
why it's called marijuana, why they did all that was a
That was
huge
his
part of it
family.
was the DuPont family, and it was
Wild.
because he
Yeah.
had a bunch of paper mills that he had built and done all this stuff. Well, hemp
Oh.
grows twice as fast,
Yeah.
easier to produce,
Stronger.
like all of these different things that went along with it. And he went, well, we can't do that. So he
See,
owned
they
all the
didn't say-
newspapers.
They didn't say that on the
No,
tour.
they don't.
No, well, like they're the ones that
Read-
read
read-
Green
read
Light,
a book called
Reefer
The Emperor
Madness.
Wears No Clothes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the
Remember
ones
who
that
wrote
did.
that book? The Emperor Wears No Clothes. You don't
That's
know it?
wild.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I was blown
mean the
away by
nursery-
all the
nursery
possessions.
story?
Totally,
that
dude,
they
yeah.
had.
Like,
was
I
just
couldn't
about
even-
what we're talking
Oh,
about.
okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine
Fascinating.
imagining all that shit to get. You know what I mean?
Sure,
Like,
that's-
that's like the
that's
weird.
what
It's
I'm
like
saying, it
you walk
seems
into a
like-
house, you're all, we need gold walls.
Yeah, it
and
just
murals,"
seems like they're
and,
so out of touch.
I'm like,
with
dude, give me some
reality.
cool Brett Herman art.
Well,
Like
I
that'd be
mean,
sick, dude. You know what I
Going
mean?
back
Like-
to Bezos, but like Bezos orders a yacht, and then it's like, okay, that's not big enough. I need another.
I need
one.
another one. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Same thing with the fucking guy up in Washington, that
Gates.
Gates.
Oh, yeah.
Another guy that I don't think he's a bad person. I just think that he's on a different level and doesn't understand the concept of reality.
Right.
You know, because his like what he's doing as far as trying to advocate for vaccines and make vaccines and do all this different stuff, I don't think that he's doing it because he's malicious or that he's even trying to make money. I think he's so far out of touch with reality and that he doesn't grasp what we actually deal with.
Right.
Trump sure the fuck doesn't. Biden sure the fuck doesn't. Kamala just put a bunch of people in prison when she was out doing work. You know,
Yeah.
like she's not, like she didn't come from a good place.
What do you
know?
think of the other guy?
Kennedy, we were supposed to talk about.
Oh
him
yeah,
today.
well he
No,
just.
no, I was talking about the vice president for Kamala.
I don't know a whole
I
lot
don't.
about
JD
him, man.
Vance or
Yeah.
something. I don't
Yeah.
know shit.
No,
about
no,
him.
no.
Oh, Kamala's. Yeah.
Waltz. Yeah.
I don't know nothing about him. He seems like he's the first union fucking representative ever in the White House.
I heard that they
You know what I
ran
mean?
his ran his taxes and stuff, and he doesn't own like any real estate.
He owns no
Him and
stocks,
his wife
no
combined
nothing.
only make like $150K
Right.
a year.
Yeah.
No stock.
Right.
Was a high school football coach.
Yeah. Champion.
Really?
Yeah. High
Yeah.
school
I'll
football.
be looking into
No,
him
he's
then.
a
And he-
teacher.
and he's
Maybe
a
they're
teacher.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, so we have to figure out some way to get rid of this devil and take away from how much fucking a piece of crap she is. So let's get somebody that's actually
no,
worth
dude,
it.
it's
good
simple.
human.
We need to have at least one old white guy on the ticket.
Right. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Well,
look at
I
the
don't know.
politics.
To relate to all the puppet masters that are all old white
Well,
men.
the thing is, you can feel however, you could policies wise, and you can have all the good things in the world. But I think when you get into that White House, you get explained how this world really works.
Yep.
And then you get immediately told like all that cool shit you said got you elected.
Good
This
job.
is
That's
what
what
we're
we
going
wanted.
to be doing over the next 4 years, and you're all, oh fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas Biden, Kamala, they already know the fucking program.
Yeah.
I can talk politics with anyone because I don't get worked up about it.
Right.
I think one of the beautiful things about America is you can vote for whoever you want.
100%.
It's really none of my business. You
Right.
know? I can talk and have a civil conversation with someone that likes either.
Either side, yeah.
Yeah.
On
That's
Saturday, I was telling him this earlier. On Saturday at the bar, I was working and not drinking, and I had a lot going on. Or not Saturday, it was Friday. I had a lot going on that day. It was my wife who passed away. It was her birthday that day, and so during the day, I'd eaten some mushrooms and taken my dog for a walk down to the beach and was just chilling. And when you come down off mushrooms, you're still kind of jacked up. You still have kind of like a feeling going, and I was on my way into work, and I drank a cup of coffee at like 5:30 or 6 at night, which I don't do. So I was pumped. I was wired. I was wired, and I was fidgeting and shit. And a guy that I've had conversations with, because I'm still a big fan of RFK, kind of came up to me and was like, "Hey, so your boy over there supporting Trump, huh?" Like came like kind of like haha,
Yeah.
And I'm like,
RFK
Yeah.
endorsed Trump.
Yeah.
yeah.
But he stepped down
Yeah.
from.
He stepped down from his platform.
Yeah.
And but he went to Kamala, said, "Hey, look, I would like to talk to you about this stuff." She just cut him off. Said nope, then wouldn't have a meeting with him, nothing. So he went to Trump. Trump said sure. And now
How do you feel about him endorsing Trump?
at this point it doesn't matter. There's no lesser anymore. It's just evil. There's no lesser to me.
No.
What the
But do you
Democratic
group
Party
him
has
in
done.
with evil because he?
No, because
No.
what Trump is having him do is what he's trying to do is figure out how to combat and deal with all of the childhood diseases that's going on, and why do we have such an increase in autism? Why do we have such a problem with childhood and family obesities? How can we make the United States a healthier place? So he went to Trump, and Trump said, okay, this is what we'll appoint you to do. So now he's in a position of he'll be able to work at what he's been wanting to
Yeah,
do.
he's going to be putting pressure on the FDA and the NIH and really going through to get all the fucking terrible chemicals out of food, and that's what that's been his platform for a long
We can't ship
time.
any of our food to any other country. We can't ship our meat to any other countries.
No.
They won't take it because of how we process everything.
Right.
And that goes
'Cause
with
of
a
all
lot
the
of our
hormones
different-
and
yeah.
I had a
antibiotics.
buddy that was in the military for 15 years, and he was stationed in other countries, and it made him into a vegetarian. Because when he moved back to the U.S., he said, "Well, I won't eat meat here."
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gnarly.
Dude, when I
The food
moved
here
back
is
from
terrible.
Australia,
Oh yeah.
I'm, eating just meat, normal meat, and I'm just like, it tastes sweet.
Yeah.
It
yeah.
tastes like it's soaked
yeah.
in sugar.
Yeah, totally.
and
it probably is
it
somehow.
was
processed.
Well, it's
Yeah.
because it.
And then if
because
you want to
yeah.
eat good stuff, and you want to go to your local market and get good beef from good, who can afford it?
Yeah. It's
Can,
nuts.
can I plug somebody?
Sure.
Yeah.
The Ventura Meat Company.
Oh, yeah.
They've
Yeah.
got some
Yeah.
good shit
They
there. But
really
I can eat there on my birthday.
Yeah, totally.
It's just it's hard.
I do 5
My brother
points
does
meat market.
Butcher Box.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We do
he-
good chop.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just with all the RFK shit. So he steps down and he basically announced that he's not going to continue. Sorry,
Hold on, real quick.
Yeah.
So the guy that came up and talked to me about that.
Oh yeah, there you
He
go.
comes up and he talks to me about it, and I'm pinned. And he starts to talk to me about it, and I say, hey, look, man, you know, and I'm at the bar, and he comes up, he puts in, he's a really, really, really nice guy. I like the guy a lot. He's a good dude. Just politically, we're not ever going to be, I'm never going to be that left.
Sure.
And he's, you know, and he goes, what do you think about him being two-faced or two-sided or whatever it was? And again, I was a little jacked up. And I said, look, at this point in time, I think Kamala's a... And
We're gonna have to bleep that, Kenny.
Yeah. I don't
Just saying.
want to have this conversation. I don't think any party, either one of them, is worth a thing. I don't think either one of them's good. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like Trump is the most horrible person in the world and then look at what the Democratic Party's done to disrupt democracy.
Let me ask you. So I don't know much about Kamala because I really, genuinely don't follow a lot of
Right,
politics. What is it that makes her that diabolical?
She was a prosecuting attorney. She put a lot of people into prison for different stuff.
In California?
She
In
was-
California,
yeah,
yeah.
and
She was-
was
yeah.
proven to have held back information to keep somebody in prison
Multiple times.
multiple
Yeah.
times, and to keep
Over bullshit drug charges, all when
Yeah.
that '94 crime bill came in.
This
and
is
they're
all
throwing-
real, like not
Yeah, it's
like
all real,
deep
yeah,
internet
yeah.
stuff.
No,
Okay.
it's all real.
But also, you know,
Perjury, yeah, it was perjury.
well, yeah, there's a lot of things. You know, she was a DA for I think Oakland or whatever.
Yeah.
There-
There's
she-
no
a
such
lot of
thing
people
as a
got
good
thrown in
DA.
jail for way too fucking long.
So she brought up on charges for that.
Oh, fuck no, they're never gonna bring her up. They'll never bring anyone up on charges. But she was a. I mean, how much did you ever hear of her as a vice president? Never. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's
You know?
bullshit, dude.
I never
no
heard of nothing.
vice president
It does anything.
shit,
right,
right?
yeah. Totally.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
Well,
don't remember
Biden
Biden
definitely
talking
wasn't.
that
But
much.
the sticker for me is that Biden stepped down, was told he's going to step down.
Of course.
They're going to invoke the 25th Amendment on him.
Dude,
right?
that debate he
It
seem
ruined
like
him.
he seemed like he was struggling.
Oh, yeah.
And
The
I'm
weird
not-
thing about that is they've known that. This isn't new.
Oh,
he
okay.
didn't just all of a sudden walk up there on stage
like,
and then all of a
"Brr."
sudden he's out of it. He's been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
He's had, like, you watch the guy walk off the plane or walk from the plane, and he walks like an old man. He moves like an old man. I didn't want to just say old man. It looks like, you know, very old, not just old. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Somebody that, like, isn't like 80, but like actually 90.
You pointed at
know?
me when you said 80.
I
You
did
are
not point.
such a
He was
prick.
just, he's very, he moves a
You
lot.
asked for it.
Aren't you guys the same age?
No,
No, he's way older than I am.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah. Here's the thing that I don't like is that
Well, there was no primary, right?
there's no primary. So we all, you know, Biden got all these votes to be the fucking, you know, the candidate for next year. He steps down and she gets automatically all the votes.
She's on the bill
she's
though.
in.
Yeah.
She's part of it
as a
wasn't,
vice president.
but it doesn't matter.
It does.
No, if you're on, this is the law, right?
Yeah.
If you're on when you run, it's you and that other person.
Mm-hmm.
So when he steps down, she's the only one that's left.
Sure.
But would
Now,
she have
if-
gotten it if she had been?
Yes.
If he had stepped away.
Absolutely.
You think so?
Hold on. Before, when they're still voting for it and they're still doing it, do you think that she would have got as many votes for it as Biden would
Yep.
have got? I don't know.
No,
Yep.
I disagree. That's where.
No, I
agree.
think.
Well, sure.
Wait,
well,
which
this is the
votes?
thing.
Which
If
votes?
he's not running,
I'm liking this now.
if he's not running, right?
Yeah.
She's the vice president. We're talking about the Democratic Party.
But
She,
when it
she's a
came-
she.
Yeah.
She's black.
Yeah, but still, when it came up to the nomination part of it, when they started to go, okay, hey, look, who's going to be the next one? Well, when Biden's there, it's Biden. But then they gave nobody else really a choice.
No one had it.
They,
Yeah,
they
there was
butchered
no chance.
RFK. They immediately
That I did
knocked
see.
him
Yeah.
out. And so
Okay.
to give somebody else an
They
opportunity.
Bernie
No,
Yeah, they
Yeah.
definitely did.
Yeah.
but this is the thing. When he stepped down,
Sure.
when he was asked to step down, you know, like with the shotgun, you know,
Yeah.
when he was
Told
taken
to
off
step
the
down.
thing,
Right.
it's like this is the rules.
No,
right?
no. Completely understand that.
Okay, so if he wasn't running, if he stepped down at the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
they would have had a more of a process, right? It
Sure.
would have been people debating and stuff like that if he did early.
But why won't she debate anybody now?
She's trying to debate Trump.
Yeah, they're doing a debate.
Oh, I can't wait to see
But
that.
she'll wreck
here's
him.
my counter argument to that.
He's an idiot, dude.
Oh, I listened to
he's
him
an
on
idiot, but
Sean
he-
Ryan
he-
podcast today,
he-
and it was fucking
he,
hard
uh,
to listen to.
Which one?
Everyone
Sean
who
Ryan
likes
did-
Trump,
I watched the.
everyone who likes
God,
Trump will stay with him,
I
and
agree
everyone
with
who
that.
likes her will stay with him.
Right.
If there's anybody that are questioning things, she will make him sound like an idiot.
You're not wrong. But here's my argument for.
I'd rather
what
see
you're
the
saying.
other two debate.
Yeah.
I want to see the high
They-
school
I think
football
they're all gonna
coach
debate.
that's a teacher.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, yeah, that would
well,
be
yeah.
worse, I think.
I would like to have seen RFK debate anybody.
yeah.
Well, that's the thing is they've never really let a third person in those big debates.
Well,
Yeah,
the thing
they
is
have
that
one.
they completely what they did to RFK was completely undemocratic and unjust.
Yeah,
they
what did
sued
they
him.
do?
So here's what they did. They denied him Secret Service the
Wait,
whole
who's
entire the Democrats, the
Okay.
DNC. He was running as a Democrat,
okay.
right? He would have been an option had President Biden stepped down. Now I
You're
could
saying
argue
if he had stepped down early, they would
if
have
he stepped
done
down
a
early, which he did
primary.
not step down early because it puts everyone in a position where they have to pick Kamala.
You think that's why he didn't step down early?
I absolutely fucking do.
I do too.
Yeah, I
Really?
think absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
What if
If
he's
you
just a
drag that
stubborn
out
old
to
man?
right before the
do
fucking
you,
DNC,
do you know anybody who's in that powerful of a position?
no,
Okay, but if you did, do you think they would voluntarily step down?
no.
No, that's but he
Ruth,
has enough.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
But they could have
She
invoked.
stayed. If she would have quit when Obama was
Right.
president,
Yeah.
they would have replaced her
Yeah.
with a liberal judge.
So that could be the case too. But
Yeah.
it did put everyone in a position where you had one choice.
yeah,
Which you
Because
had
there was no
in
money
the beginning
left.
a year ago. You had RFK as an option as a Democrat, and what the DNC did is exactly what they did to Bernie
So
twice.
that's when RFK
went
switched
independent
to
because they
independent.
made it blatantly obvious that he would never ever get the fucking nomination as a
And
as a
when did he
Democrat.
switch to Republican endorse Trump?
That was like a week
days
ago.
ago.
A week
yeah,
ago,
yeah,
yeah.
maybe,
Friday,
yeah,
the Friday.
yeah.
It
So
was
last
just
week.
recent.
Yeah.
But what they did to him is they denied him Secret Service the whole time, which is the only presidential candidate in history that's ever been denied Secret Service until Trump got almost assassinated, whatever it was. Then they approved it. They also every single ballot he got on in every single state, the DNC sued him in court over every signature.
No way.
He had to fight every single state, including New York, which he just lost in, which he's not going to be on the New York ballot now because they took it to the Supreme Court and sued him over even though he had to get like some absurd amount of signatures in X amount of days. He went and got like 100,000 signatures. They sued him in court because of his residency. So they've actively denied him on every single ballot the whole entire time he's been fighting that, right? So on top of that, you know what I mean? And so now it's at the point now where he always said, I will not run if I'm going to be a spoiler candidate. He actually thought for a long time he had a chance to actually win if he was a third party.
Right.
And at this point now, he stepped down and said, I'm not actively going to be running anymore. This ballots and the states that I'm on now, I'll be on. But I'm not going to go for the swing states that are going to fuck up the election.
But I guess my follow-up question then, and I'm just trying to understand. I'm the least political.
No, this
Sure.
is awesome.
So when you talked about it, you compared it to Bernie, or Kenny did.
Yeah.
And I know a lot about Bernie. Obviously, he hit my generation pretty hard.
Totally.
Because,
And I was a huge Bernie supporter.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
So why, when they did all that to Bernie, why didn't he endorse Trump, and why did RFK endorse
The
Trump?
reason RFK endorsed Trump is because it was from his mouth, 2 hours after the assassination attempt, one of Trump's cabinets reached out to him, to RFK, and said, hey, would you have a phone call with the president, or former president? Okay, cool. So they talk about all this shit, and he said it in his speech, that they disagree with a shitload of things, right? He does not agree with Trump on hardly anything. But what they do agree on is that this country's sick, and it needs to be better, and that can be done through like auditing all the company, the FDA, all the companies that are poisoning, because that's what he did. He's the one that took down Monsanto, right? He's the one that sued
great. He
Monsanto.
sued
Yeah,
everybody.
he made the fucking what river is that?
Hudson.
The Hudson back to like a biological fucking
That's great.
export, anomaly.
Yeah, clearly he's done
He's
some
an
great
environmental
things.
dude, and that's what they agreed on.
So-
And Trump offered him a position to do it. And now, if you see, and like I said, Trump puts himself in a million bad positions. He's been sued. He's a felon. All these things. He's not a fucking good human. But they have done to Trump consistently what they've been doing to Robert F. Kennedy the whole time. Actively fucking him.
But
every single step of the way they possibly can.
You said, you guys agreed, I don't know about Jay, but you guys said that you thought Bernie was a good guy.
I thought he was a great
100%.
dude.
Why is he endorsing Kamala then?
Because
and why wouldn't you trust that guy that you thought was a good guy?
Bernie is a Democrat through and through and through and through, and he will always be a Democrat.
Even though he's a independent who's a Democrat.
But I'm
So-
saying-
Kindy, yeah. I mean, yeah.
I'm
you
saying
know,
if
but
someone-
he twice now, the
He
Democrat.
toes the party
I've
line.
been through 2 elections
Yeah.
now where I watched the best fucking candidate possible, Bernie Sanders, get completely fucked by the DNC.
Yep.
Twice.
but I
and now
think you're
third
missing
time
my
with
point,
Robert
though.
Kennedy.
It
It
sounds
has
like-
destroyed my trust
But it
for
sounds
everyone,
like that's the
forever.
only
You know what I
politician
mean?
that you've trusted ever. And he's saying vote this way. So why wouldn't you follow what he's saying? Why
I'm
would
not
you follow
following
the
either.
other guy?
I don't
No,
follow
no,
any of them.
I'm
okay.
kind of
a-
over it
yeah.
altogether.
You know,
because
it's-
where we're kind of, I think,
I'm
both-
definitely
like,
not voting for Trump. I'm certainly
no.
not voting for Kamala. Like,
You know,
I've been
I-
a third party guy for a
Yeah,
long time.
and
you know.
to your point is Bernie had this mainstay where he's been in this saying the same thing for all these different years.
Yeah.
Like he's kind of stuck to that same program.
Right.
RFK has gone through a lot of different stuff. He was an environmentalist lawyer.
He was not a politician
He was like
his whole life.
he had a drug problem and got clean. You know, he then became an environmentalist lawyer. Went and did this stuff with safe harbors, safe something. Anyways, he's the one that's, and then they went after all these people, and he's just kind of been working on the outside of this stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He hasn't really been a
In the
politician
fucking-
so
yeah.
much as he's been an environmental lawyer and doing all these different things.
Right.
My problem with the whole thing about it, as far as what I've watched, is just the flagrant, like, downplay of him and what they do. Like, he had a worm in his brain. He was going to get a brain scan. A doctor was there and said, "Hey, man, what are your symptoms?"
Wait, he had a worm in
He had a
his
little,
brain?
like from
Like a
being
parasite?
Something like
from
that.
being.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
But that stuff happens when you do a lot of the stuff that he does. He goes into the jungles. He goes and does a lot of adventurous
see.
stuff.
Sure.
So it happens. So this doctor's like, "Hey, man, before you go and do this other stuff," because he was like looking into brain surgery or something like that. And he said, "Before you do that, let's do an X-ray of your brain and let's look at it."
Yeah.
And so they did an X-ray, and he had a little parasite in his head.
Wild.
So that parasite dies. But he did have that parasite. They have used that to make him then look crazy. Anything that he has done, they then
Kind of gaslit.
I think, yeah, that's all it
and
is.
so that's how, you know, like Bernie's been in the limelight doing this stuff forever. RFK's kind of done it later.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and then as he's gotten older, it's like, "Hey, look, man, here's my family lineage. I would like to keep running off of," because he runs off his faith.
Sure.
He runs off of, "This is who I am as a human." But they've downplayed all of that and made it to where he's a villain.
Yeah.
And that's where my problem comes with it, is because why don't you just let him have a fair chance? But that's what they've done through
I
history.
get it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I follow everything you're saying. I guess the hiccup for me was you said he endorsed Trump and that it was good that he did that because he got the call and all that.
Sure.
They didn't say it was good.
I don't.
Well-
I think it's good that he's getting into position with the cabinet to where,
Where
he
he
can
can
do
do
stuff
something
that he's been
good.
talking
I see.
about doing.
I
That's
see.
what I think is
Yeah.
good.
And how could
You
he
know?
possibly endorse the DNC or Democrats at this point when they have fucked him? I
Just
mean,
block
And it
lines.
doesn't
know what I
seem
mean?
like anybody's going to give Bernie a position anywhere.
No,
because
No.
Bernie's
Bernie's right there.
Bernie's
Him and-
95 years
Yeah,
old,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I just listened to a great podcast with him the other day he was on Theo's podcast.
Yeah.
Theo Vaughn's, and he's awesome, and he was the guy I would vote for twice until he got snuffed. Just like what it tells me is that this is not a democracy anymore, and it hasn't been for a long time.
It's an
but now it's so
oligarchy.
out in the
Yeah,
open.
it
You
is.
know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it's
It's an
always
oligarchy.
been-
You know what I mean?
Well, not always, but
Yeah.
Didn't Bernie call it an oligarchy?
It's been,
Probably.
yeah, I'm sure he has, but you know, you got BlackRock, Vanguard, and fucking the other company that
Someone
owns
sent me
80%
a
of
really
the fucking stock
depressing clip
market,
from
you know?
that podcast you're talking about.
Yeah.
It was Bernie saying something to the effect of, guys, like, there's no chance of a human like me ever
Right.
getting elected. It was like
Yeah.
my brother or someone sent it to me, and I was like, well, that's a bummer.
Yeah, because he won't play ball. He wants to actually run on policy and getting things changed, and neither will Robert Kennedy. He's he'll work with anybody.
Do you think that's why so many
Republicans.
people like
He doesn't
Trump?
play ball. He's not owned by a corporation. He's not owned by the medical facilities. He's not owned by anybody, and that's what neither of them want. You know what I mean? They want someone that's going to fall in line. Trump's going to play ball with whoever fucking smooches his ass. For sure.
Until they stop.
Well, yeah, and then he's going to destroy him.
Yeah,
Yes.
or people that he's known and through his dealings and stuff. And,
Yeah.
Sure.
You know,
It's a big fucking, it's a big scam,
the
and it's
thing that's
more
so-
blatant now than ever,
I
in
think
my
a lot of
opinion,
people
you know?
follow the Republican Party because they say the stuff that they want to hear.
Right.
I just had a conversation with this about, you know, they want to hear certain things. They want to hear I'm not taking your guns. I'll give you guns. If you want to have an abortion, you're going to have to travel through 3 states in an ambulance, and hopefully when you get there, you can get one there. If not, you just have to deal with the consequences. It's your problem. Those things. So there's all these different things that they throw on that party, and that's their sticking point. And a lot of people go to that. And then there's the other side that goes the other way, which could be whatever it is. But it's just such a
Polarized.
polarizing and defining thing.
Right.
You know, like I've got a lot of friends that are serious gun people, like serious. When you say anything about trying to take any away their guns, they immediately go, "No, you're not. You're not taking my guns. I have the right to have these guns."
Right.
You know, but then the other side's going, "Well, no, you don't have the right to have a firearm that shoots 100 rounds a second. Like
Right.
you just don't have that right." Well,
And
yeah,
I say,
do. So
fuck
it goes
those
back.
people.
Yeah, yeah, but it goes. That's the stuff that polarizes.
You're like I
people,
say, that's kind
you
of
know?
fun.
You ever shot a full automatic? It's fucking amazing, dude.
So much fucking fun.
It's
Yeah.
pretty
The
fun.
thing that's kind of weird, though, to me at least,
Yeah.
is I put up a video, and I was taking a preaching class, and I had to do a sermon in class, and I did the same message, and I basically, this is when Biden was still running, I said, look, this is the choice I face as a Christian. I've got this old, wealthy, white male who's showing signs of cognitive decline and he's 1 million years old.
Right.
Or I can vote for this rich, white
Old.
asshole who's showing signs of cognitive decline. This is my choice
Right,
in
right.
America.
In
330 million
America,
people. This is my
This is
choice.
the top dogs.
And
Yeah.
and I basically went down real quick, you know. I was just like, okay, you got this guy who's done this, this, and this, and you got this guy who's done this, and this, and this.
Right.
And it's like, as a Christian, I'm supposed to pick one of
Right,
those.
yeah.
So this is my thing. You have to, if you're going to go the lesser of 2 evils, you do that.
Yeah.
But you have to know that that's still evil.
Right.
You know?
That's
And
that's
this
my
is-
biggest point right
and
now.
and this is the thing that kind of tripped me out.
Yeah.
I got blasted.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh,
But-
yeah.
Only
get
by-
blasted for this
only by the
episode.
right.
Really?
My-
The left
Interesting.
didn't say a fucking word. to me.
Weird, yeah. yeah.
My uncle, who's very, very, very Christian, sent me a video of a preacher that was preaching for the right. You know, preaching like
It's happening a lot right now.
Yeah.
they don't promote homosexuality. They don't promote.
Yeah.
They don't promote this. They don't promote that. And there's this preacher, and I was like, so I said something to my uncle about it. I'm like, hey man, well, first of all, don't send this shit to me. Just keep this out of our lives,
Of
or
course.
we won't talk.
Right.
But then I said, but how do you feel about RFK? And he goes, he's Catholic.
Yeah.
And I went,
Okay.
Oh, that was it?
That was it,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, that's how people are,
and
man.
I'm
Team sports. You know?
I literally looked at it and
Yeah.
went, like what? Like, because to me, there's no difference.
yeah. But there is.
But-
yeah.
There is
the
I get that,
Protestants,
but there's no
There is a
difference.
big difference.
There's a huge difference,
Right.
and it's stupid. When
Yeah.
you look into it, it's all kind of stupid, right? The biggest thing for Americans when it comes to the Roman Catholic Church is the people aren't the boss, the Pope is,
Right.
right? So that's the reason. Like there's a slightly less centralized leadership in the Protestant churches. But I've heard a number of Protestant pastors teach that the beast, the whore of Babylon in the book of Revelation is the Vatican.
Sure.
You
I
know,
could see that.
it's the city set on 7 hills, and you know, it's Rome. It's describing Rome because that's who they were talking about.
Yeah.
They were talking about Nero, and you know, and so, well, that's the Vatican, and so, like, they literally think the Catholic Church is the Antichrist.
Right.
You know?
Yeah,
and so
lost.
so
wild.
it's psycho.
I get it, yeah.
You know, but that's the thing. It's like, if they're not on your team, then they're the devil.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
And that's
and-
how it is. Yeah.
Especially in the Christian
And
church.
Totally.
and in politics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in but that's newer, right?
That is newer,
The old the old way.
that's
When
not-
I was
I
a
don't-
kid, no, dude. When I was a kid, they compromised to get shit done. They do not do that anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah.
No, 100%.
If your
I agree
team's
with that.
in
Good
charge,
Yeah.
then you make sure that you crush the other team. If
Yeah.
you're the other team,
Yeah.
your job is to stop them from doing anything.
Right.
So the whole goal,
Whether it's good for the people or not.
your
Yeah.
goal is to shut down the other
Yeah.
team, right? And
Yeah.
it's just like, that's how we're gonna get better.
No.
No.
it's-
And
We're
that's
not.
why I refused. I think I voted once in my entire adult life because I'm just like, no,
You don't want to play the game.
I will not play with either of
Right.
those teams. You know,
Right.
and this comes from my Christian conviction that I cannot take part in a system that gives one man the right to kill even one other person,
Right. Right.
much less a whole entire group
Country.
of people.
Country.
You know, yeah, exactly.
Over oil or whatever.
Or whatever it
Poppy
is,
seeds
you know,
whatever
or
the fuck.
because they disrespected your dad when he was the president.
Totally,
You know,
yeah,
it's just like,
totally, yeah.
nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
You know, it's just like,
Yeah,
I
it's a
can't
mess,
do
dude.
it. You know?
Haven't there been like Chinese dynasties that were around thousands of years that had less problems than we do?
Way
Fuck, I don't
less.
know. I don't know.
Because you got one guy up there, and if you don't
Right.
agree,
You don't
with
listen to
that
him,
one
you
They
get
kill
killed,
you.
you get murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
Which I think we should get back to.
that's really the point.
That's Old Testament, man.
Yeah.
He's running for president.
yeah. Might vote for him.
Yeah. It'd be literally better than anything else.
Isn't I mean, we could probably agree that true change happens from the bottom up, not the
100%.
top down. Like
Always.
I guess what I mean is
Always.
in your community.
That's all.
Do
That's the
something
only
in
thing
your
you can hold on to
community,
now.
Create something where you can help the people in your
Mm-hmm.
community, and hope that grows into something bigger.
Right.
When I did the
That's
sermon,
certainly what we've done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
our,
yeah,
our
Memento
gyms
Mori,
and-
dude.
when I did the sermon with the class, I had more time, right?
Right.
I wasn't trying to fit in a minute and a
Right,
half,
right.
right? So I had more time.
It's hard too.
And my point for the whole message
Mm-hmm.
is, look, do not choose either of these candidates.
Mm-hmm.
Now vote for one. If you think it's best for you to vote for the lesser of two evils, vote for them.
Mm-hmm.
But don't choose either of them because they're not going to help.
Right.
What you need to choose is you need to choose to make the world a better place, starting in your neighborhood, starting with the things you buy.
Right.
Right? Every single time you buy something, it's a vote. You know, so you buy something from Walmart, that's a vote for that system. You
Yeah.
buy something from Amazon. If you buy something from Amazon, that's a
Yeah,
vote
no,
for
that's
that
very
system.
smart, yeah.
You know, so vote with your life.
Right.
Right?
See, but nowadays, people's lives are so. It's not just easy. It's not just the easy aspect of it, of Amazon. It's the price aspect of it.
Yeah.
Same thing with Walmart.
Right.
Like, I can say, okay, I'm not going to Walmart, and I really, really, really try not to. But I had
Every
a
once in a while.
dog that had diabetes, and I could pay $150 or $200 for a
Sure.
vial of insulin for my dog,
Sure.
or I can go spend $20 and get a
Right.
vial of insulin
Right,
for
sure.
my dog.
Sure.
But so how do you? And then we are actually doing all right. Most of the United States isn't really doing all
Right,
right. They
yeah.
can't afford to not
Yeah.
go to Amazon and spend the $3 to get the product shipped from China.
Yeah.
Right.
No matter how bad it's going to hurt
Jay,
us.
we're in a capitalist
Capitalist-
hellscape.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really is.
That's why
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
happening.
it's so
Yeah.
screwed up.
Yeah,
man.
it's. I mean, you could. I think you guys are right. It starts in your community, keeping a strong
100%,
community.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all we can do.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
mean, it's all we
But-
really have control over.
Yeah, it is. You know.
I don't-
Unless you're a demagogue like me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
but we're
Yeah.
not.
But
I'm an influencer.
Yeah.
All right.
You are actually.
I
These
got
guys
I
are
got
too.
13,000 followers on Instagram,
Watch
dude. I'm a
out.
And I'm
powerful
like,
man.
I've managed to
Pretty
stay
good,
out
man.
of the political discussion for years.
Yeah.
And now, because I'm friends with influencers, I'm going to get lumped in with you guys. And a bunch of assholes are going to send me messages
Yeah,
on
there you
No,
go.
Instagram
but see,
now.
this is the thing.
Thanks a
Because
lot.
we're kind of on a little bit of a different thing, you can just go, oh no, I was agreeing with John.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Or
You got
the
three
other
people to
people
blame it
go,
on.
no, I was agreeing with Jay,
Yeah.
which I wouldn't recommend. And you know, so
Yeah.
See, in my mind, we're all kind of saying the same thing. What I hear when I hear a bunch of people say the things that you guys are saying is I hear a lot of people that are confused, a little bit scared, a little bit.
Yeah.
I know you're not scared, shaking in your boots, but a little scared and fearful of the fact that you're living in a situation that you're watching slowly spiral out
Yeah,
of control.
totally. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
everyone's just trying to figure out what the hell is going on and what we're
Yeah.
supposed to do to fix it. you
Well,
know?
that's like I said, just love each other. It's been an absolute fucking pleasure having you guys on
Yeah.
today. I think we're a solid 2 hours in with it at
Yeah.
this point. So I'm
2
sure
hours.
Kenny's wiggling out of his chair. I got to go pick up my kids, but let's do some shout outs. What's going on in Memento Mori?
I don't have a lot of shout outs for me. I'll shout out some other people. My good friend Chet Czar has an art show coming up at Copro Gallery, I believe in October. These are the coolest paintings that he's done. Well, I mean, all his paintings are cool, but these ones
They're very cool.
They're
Yeah.
different.
I've seen them.
And they're really unique. And then I'll give a shout out to Gabe Leonard, another artist. Amazing artist. He paints Americana. He's got art shows all over the world.
Yeah.
You know, things coming up. So just, check out Gabe Leonard art on Instagram or Chet Czar.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to plug. I mean, I own.
You do have something to plug. Plug your fucking gym. Jesus
with you,
Christ,
dude?
dude! What are you gonna? Was someone gonna kill you?
No, I own Memento Mori Grappling
Yeah,
Club
yes.
in Ventura, California.
It's beautiful.
We do grappling every single day and Muay Thai. Come in, train.
I heard you got a black belt teaching there now.
Yeah, there
We
you go.
do. John Jensen's there
John Jensen's
sometimes.
there,
And he's super handsome.
Very handsome.
Very handsome. Yeah.
And
What
gentle,
about-
from what I hear, gentle when training.
Yeah. so-
Apparently,
So gentle.
I,
So
Yes.
gentle.
I'm a
Yeah.
sweetheart.
he is.
Some of one of his prize students, Will, comes through a lot.
Yeah.
He's an amazing
Yeah.
grappler.
Check out Memento Mori, guys,
Yeah.
on Instagram. Give him a follow. Go for.
I'm not
a free
good at
class.
plugging myself, man.
Good
I'm more
Lord,
of a-
yeah, it's
I want to
amazing.
plug all my
But we
friends.
know this guy
Yeah.
is, so go ahead and tell him what you got going on.
Well, I don't really have anything to say about my own social media where I'm John the Rev Jensen in my men's group called the Brotherhood of the Forge. So I don't want to push that. I just want to say that Memento Mori is really, really cool.
There
and,
you go.
Thanks,
and
man.
other artists and stuff like that. And I don't want to mention that I'm speaking at the Red Letter Revival
Yeah, don't mention
in Santa Ana this Friday.
There you
so,
go.
You
yeah,
are?
Don't mention
yeah,
that.
I don't want to mention that.
Wait, speaking where? Like a church or something?
It's a big conference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm only doing a story, a 10-minute story.
you go.
You know,
That's
I'm not
cool.
one of the big guys, so I'm not going to get paid.
You ever
But
speak locally where we can see you do that?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I get to hear you speak all the time. You speak to me, but
Right.
it'd be cool to see you address the public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I
talk with much more of a sanctimonious.
Well, yeah, follow the Rev online. He puts out great videos. If you're ever curious about the religious mind and a unique religious mind, you're a good one. And follow us, like and subscribe. It's easy. Thank you, everyone that reached out to us. We love you. Bye.